For this assignment, I decided to focus on the PSA community, which stands for Professional Skaters Association. I've been part of this community for about 3 or 4 years now, I think. So here's a little background on the PSA. They were first organized in 1938. Essentially, the Professional Skaters Association is the official figure skating coaches education, training, and accreditation program from the U.S. Figure Skating and Ice Skating Institute. Their website is skatepsa.com, and that's where we find all of our information, take our tests, renew our membership, look at our code of ethics, all of that. There are over 6,400 coaches participating in the PSA, and we are part of the USFSA, which stands for United States Figure Skating Association, and the ISU, which is the International Skating Union. And coaches from this community, we train anywhere from beginner skaters to elite level skaters to international competitors like the ones we see on TV. So before I go into the information I found, I wanted to touch base on what we talk about as a community. I know this from experience, but I also backed up this information from my research. So we talk about rule changes, which are voted on about once a year, and they come out every September. We talk about our skaters and their progression, how they're doing, what they need to work on, taking tests for our students so that they can move up to the next level and compete. Right now we're especially talking about the Olympics since it's next year, and I'm living in Boston, and the national event to qualify for the Olympics will be in Boston, so that's been a big discussion around here. We talk about accreditation tests for us, which is basically who we can coach, what competitions we can bring them to, what tests we can put them on the ice for. We talk about seminars that we can attend for not only ourselves but our skaters as well. Voting it, I think, just completed yesterday for induction to the PSA Hall of Fame as well as Lifetime Achievement Awards. We talk about upcoming competitions, membership, which is renewed every June 1st, and insurance because we're not allowed to step on the ice without insurance. What's important to us, I put this in a specific order for a reason. If we don't follow this order, we can't exactly step on the ice to coach. So first and foremost, we have to sign up for our membership on skatepsa.org. We have to make sure we have insurance already or it's obtained through the company. We have to take our accreditation test like I talked about before. We have 3 tests we have to take by the start of the year. And then we step on the ice to apply our knowledge to our students, and we get the joy in watching them succeed. So as I was typing in Professional Skaters Association, this is what popped up before I completed it. As you can see, membership, conferences which are held around the United States, code of ethics, which is big for us. We can get our PSA taken away from us if we're not following code of ethics. Insurance, like I said, if we step on the ice without insurance, we are held reliable for anything that happens. As you can see, it says Professional Skaters Association PSA. I had to use that a lot when looking on search engines. When I typed in just PSA, you get a lot of gaming stuff, and if you type in just Professional Skaters Association, not everything comes up as well. So those are just a few things. This is what came up when I did the Google search microblogs. As you can see, we have Professional Skaters Association launches web video channel. They partnered with dartfish.tv, and on there you can see skaters' moves. They go through them step by step and explain how to do things. You can see on the bottom right, we announced our EDI awards for best performance in the 2012 U.S. Championships, and those will also be coming out soon for the 2013 U.S. Championships. We talk about the requirements of becoming a figure skating coach, and then mixed in there's also a few blogs. I was having a lot of trouble on the sites we were given, so I had to dig deep my own way. I was able to find information doing a regular Facebook search, Twitter search, and I located the majority of the blogs through the Google search tool that I used. So I'm going to start with their Facebook page, and they have almost 2,500 likes on their page, and 400 people are talking about them, which is good for their community. So I'm going to bring you to their page. This is their Facebook page. As you can see, they're talking about one of their conferences they just held, and Rydell was the sponsor. Rydell is a boot making company. There was a trade show. That's a picture from it. This was a coach that was inducted into the 2011 Hall of Fame. So they're interacting with everyone. They're trying to get everyone to guess who he is. A reminder that nominations were due yesterday so that we can start voting on Coach of the Year. And then down below, opening day for Junior Worlds was this past weekend, so they were wishing students good luck. So they talk a little bit about everything. So next we have their Twitter page. They have 835 followers. They talk about the Professional Skaters Association conferences being held around the world, coaches inducted into the PSA Hall of Fame, seminars, and they wish good luck to coaches and competitors in upcoming competitions. You can see a few of the tweets I pulled over on the right. It was that same picture you just saw on Facebook asking who was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2011. Then we have wishing good luck to the competitors in Junior Worlds. And then this on the bottom is deadline for oral rating site. Oral rating isn't mandatory, but it's what helps you get more recognition from students and organizations. So this was saying that a conference was being held in Chicago. I believe there's about 10 conferences a year being held around the United States to try and fit what's best for you. I also searched on Twitter to see what other people were saying about PSA, and most of the tweets were from skaters and coaches congratulating each other on results in competitions or lifetime achievement awards. So the last thing I did was analyze 4 blogs, and I picked out these 4 which seem to pop up a lot on the Google search. So let's go to the Skating Coaches blog. So this one is talking about too many coaches, not enough skaters. With the Olympic year gearing up, they're expecting a lot more coaches to sign up for PSA to qualify to be able to put their students on the ice and hopefully send them to the Olympics. And this website talks a lot about who the coaches are around here, what we need to take as far as our tests go, skating directories. This brings you back to the Professional Skaters Association website. Then we have the Dancing Skater blog. There we go. So this takes you through the steps of certification, from the very first thing that you have to do, getting your membership, to taking your first official basic accreditation exam, to proceeding to take your oral exams. They talk a lot about on here the process that we go through. Right, then we have the Ice Skating World. This is a really fun blog. You can see Coach's Corner that talks about a lot of the PSA coaches. And this is obtain a new professional position with the help from PSA Coaches Manual. There's a manual printed every year. And also in this manual, they list new jobs, which is nice. I get email updates letting you know when positions open up around the United States that you could apply for. Establishing personal goals. Helps us kind of determine what direction we want to take with this. Writing a resume for skating, it's completely different than anything else. Let's take you to the last blog because I'm making this really long presentation, sorry. So this is Skate Strong. This was a personal blog made by a woman who wanted to basically take videos and show exercises and routines of each level, and she just finished making a few DVDs and just found out that the official endorsement from the PSA was approved, so those are now for sale, which is pretty exciting. So I definitely noticed that blogs were the most important social media aspect for Professional Skaters Association. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find too many stats on it, but just by seeing everything that came up, you could see that blogs were the big one. So a few surprises. One being that they didn't really show up on social media searches. I had to do everything myself, which was a little hard, but I was able to find information. And then there was a lot of background words I had to use along with Professional Skaters Association. I used PSA, USFSA. I tried searching figure skating coaches, professional figure skating coaches. There was a lot of extra words you had to use here and there to find out everything that I wanted to know. But overall, I had fun with this community. It's one that I'm a part of, so it's fun to see what they do online and what they are talking about, maybe what they need to talk about more so everyone else understands the community. Hope you enjoy, and I look forward to listening to everyone else's.